And welcome back. The Augustana Softball team is in Oklahoma, where they play the #1 team in the country in a best-of-3 to advance to the College World Series. The Vikings take a really balanced team to Edmond. After winning 54 games, the team can crush the softball, and Ashley Mitchell is one of 3 very good pitchers. Plus, they have confidence, especially after beating the Broncos earlier in the season.
I mean, I think we all kind of have it in the back of our minds. We know we can. We're confident going down, and we just kind of got to take it like a fresh mind and know that we can beat any team that's on the field with us. And no matter who it is in the other dugout, we're going to play our best and play Augie softball. So.
And that means lots of solid pitching led by Ashley, who won almost 30 games. She can also hit, as we saw in that video before, the audio clip there. An offense that has both got power and speed. So they can score runs in a wide variety of ways. They play tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and there are 2 games Friday. It is a best-of-3 regional. And again, they play the Broncos of Central Oklahoma on their home field. They're the top-ranked team in the country. The Broncos have an all-turf field, so it should be a very interesting matchup between 2 great teams. And now, here's Brandon Green with your Billion Automotive Plays of the Week.
USD's Dusty Durham had 5 RBIs in the Coyotes' 10-1 upset win over NDSU at the Summit League softball tournament. Storm Malcolm Goings with the 2-hand volleyball swat and scoop for the touchdown against Green Bay as the Storm win 44-37. Game 2 of the NAHL semifinals, Aberdeen Wings' Nick Sicoli scores the goal in OT to force a Game 3, and the Wings will win that game and the series to advance to the NAHL Robinson Cup Finals. Cardiac Herd are in overtime again this week, but a different hero as Andre Lee gets the goal in double overtime in Game 2 of the Clark Cup Finals. Former Parker High School track standout Zach Anderson almost jumps over the goalpost with this jump 7 feet 4 1/4 inches as he has a new personal best and defends his title at the Summit League Outdoor Championship. And those are your Billion Automotive Plays of the Week.
Thanks, Brandon. Now, in less than a decade, the Aberdeen Wings, who we heard about in the Plays of the Week, have gone from an expansion team to champions, coming full circle last night when they won the league title. Zach Borg has more from Blaine, Minnesota with the Robertson Cup champions.
9 years ago, the thought of a junior hockey team in Aberdeen might have sounded crazy. Flash forward to 2019, and it turned out that nothing was wilder than the Aberdeen Wings' run to the Robertson Cup championship.
I can't even put it in words. This is the best day of my life.
It's unbelievable with this group of guys to come in and do this. We've worked so hard for everything this year. This is what we came here for. This is what all of us came to Aberdeen for. It means the world.
Speaking to the team afterwards, this run actually began after last year's heartbreaking division semifinal loss to Minot on home ice, with many of these players returning with one goal in mind.
We had that in the back of our mind since the season started. That was a tough way to go out. Our guys did the right thing. They responded. This year was a response.
That goal was perilously on the brink during Game 2 of the semifinal series against Amarillo when they trailed 2-0 after a period and were facing elimination.
We went in the locker room, had a heart-to-heart, honestly. You know, we kind of laid into each other, and we knew what we had to do differently. And then we went out there and did it.
Goalie wins it for the Wings!
Now these players will go their separate way, most to college commitments. But this is a time they'll never forget.
I'm going to remember the fans. I'm going to remember all the boys. And I'm going to remember, jumping off the bench, throwing my gloves in the air and holding that cup.
And a moment for hockey in Aberdeen and South Dakota that should only help grow the sport.
The passion that the city of Aberdeen has for this hockey team is unbelievable. We're going to go into our 10th anniversary next year. It's a pretty big deal to win it that early in a franchise.
With the Robertson Cup champion Wings in Blaine, Minnesota, I'm Zach Borg, KDLT Sports.
Well, the Augustana Viking baseball team knows that feeling. The defending national champions have always been good in baseball, but last year they took that next step by winning the D2 national title, and that has carried over to this season. According to one of their new players, Max Steffens, who's an ace pitcher, the Vikings are building something really special in Sioux Falls.
We're building a culture and a tradition now. I mean, we just won our first regular season title. We're hosting a regional for the first time, and we really feel like we're taking that next step as far as a really good D2 program. We transitioned to a D1 program, and I think we're building that culture. I mean, when I visit, I came here when they presented the national championship trophy, and I feel like if I didn't come that day, who knows where I'd be. So that swayed me.
Coming into this year, after last year, we said, let's not try to do too much. Let's just try to get ourselves into the regional again, give ourselves a chance during the season, and if we come out at the end of the season, make a run for it again.
They are certainly in a position to do that. Augie will play the night game tomorrow night against Oklahoma Baptist. That starts at 7 o'clock. If Augie wins this weekend, they will also host the Super Regionals for a spot in the College World Series. Your matchups, the 3:30 game, that's Mankato, and then your 7 o'clock game is Augustana, and the Twins win again today. 8-7 your final over the Angels. We'll be right back.